Hey folks, this is Mary. Welcome back to my channel. We are in for some more ink mixing today, and if you saw the last ink mixing video, you'll know that I mixed Yamabudo with Shinkai, and that was on this page here, and some really interesting combinations. And this paper held up really well, this Walmart Exceed paper, but since I'm going to be making more ink swatches on the paper, I'm not going to use the back side. But if you were, writing in this journal, you could certainly write on that. It's kind of crinkly, and I just like the texture of it. That's really fun. But a lot of times the Tomoe River paper gets crinkly when you put a lot of ink on it or watercolor or something. So I thought that was kind of cool. So this paper gets kind of crinkly too. Okay, so we are going to do a take two on the Annie's mix. Of course, that was a lovely purple ink that a friend had made for Chris Signs on her channel. And it was Diamine Bougainvillea and Parker Blue Black. And I don't have either one of those inks, but I do have some kind of pinkish magenta inks, and I do have some blue black inks. So today I'm going to try it with Noodler's Cactus Fruit Eel and Noodler's Midnight Blue. And since I am brand new to ink mixing, I am going to stay within the same ink families. The person who mixed that ink up for Chris used a Diamine ink and a Parker ink, but I'm just going to stick with the same brand. And I might have better results if I did mix among the brands, but I'm not that brave yet. So I'm going to start the same way that I did last time. And I'm going to start with the 1-to-1 ratio, and we're going to go from there. And these bottles are super, super full, so I'm going to have to be careful. I have used a little bit of the Cactus Fruit Eel, so it's not quite as full, but that Midnight Blue bottle is really full. Alright, so I'm going to fill up each vial with some ink, and we're going to go from there. So measuring is a challenge, and this is very, I just did it again. Oh, the first time I did this, I totally missed the bottle, and I sprayed it all over the table, and I just did it again. That's okay. So like I was saying, this is my very unscientific experiment. Okay. Ooh, goodness. Boy, that ink, it just gets everywhere. But look what a lovely color. Wow. So if you've never tried Cactus Fruit Eel, I highly recommend it. It is a beautiful color. And there's another similar color that Noodlers makes called Saguaro Wine. And I'd really like to try that one too. Oh dear, I'm making it worse. Okay, clean up on aisle 5. But all better now. Although I still keep finding little spots of ink. Good heavens. This stuff just gets everywhere. Okay, I said last time that that little voice in my head told me to put a paper towel down, and I have not done it again this time. So I am just tempting fate. As you can see from me shooting ink across the table. All right, moving on. Midnight Blue. It's all part of the fun, right? Okay, where are the little lines? Let's see. Okay. It's just hard to see the lines on the syringe, so when I hold it up like this to see the lines, that's when I shoot it across the table. Let's see. Oop. Okay. So that is approximately a milliliter. And we have some more ink, but that's okay, I have some more paper towels. Doing a little ink mixing on the paper towels, that's always fun. Alright, so here is our Q-tip, and we're going to mix, mix, mix. And this looks really dark. Alright, and where did I put my Sharpie? Okay, so let me write down our ratio. This is Noodler's Midnight Blue and Cactus Fruit Eel. And I'm going to make a little drop, just like I did before, just so we have a little something to work with here. Ooh, I guess I'll just use a Q-tip and spread that out a little bit. Ooh, they are bright. Very pretty. Okay, so this is going to be 1 Midnight Blue and 1 Cactus Fruit Eel. I'll try to make the swatches a little bit bigger because, you know, they're more fun that way. Oh wow, that's lovely. That's really lovely. And just looking back at our previous combination, that first 1-to-1 ratio was very beautiful. This one looks bluer, but that is very nice. Okay. Let me just make sure I've got the right one here. Yep, okay. So I'm going to keep adding more Cactus Fruit Eel, a milliliter at the time. We'll give it a stir. And write down our ratio. So this is 1 Midnight Blue and 2 Cactus Fruit Eel. Ooh, I like that too. I'm trying to keep them about the same size, but maybe I'm making them too big. That's okay. Plenty of space. We have the whole notebook to work with. All right. So adding another milliliter. And stir, stir, stir with my toothpick. And we'll write down the ratio. This is, let's see, 1 Midnight Blue and 3 Cactus Fruit Eel. Ooh. Now that was looking really purple before, but now compared to this, it's looking very blue. But not the same blue as the original ink. That's looking more teal, and that looks very blue. So it's all very interesting. Let's see. Some more Cactus Fruit Eel. And stir, stir, stir. Oops. And this is 1 Midnight Blue and 4 Cactus Fruit Eel. it's looking very, very watery, which I guess is the eel part of Cactus Fruit eel. And let's see how much ink I've got in here. I might need a little bit more. Oh, uh-oh, what's going on here? There's kind of a puddle underneath my bottle of Cactus Fruit eel. Good heavens. I guess somebody was dripping. As long as there's not a crack in the bottle. Good heavens. That's one of my big fears. Okay, so let me refill our syringe here. And how are we doing? Where's our numbers? Okay, so another milliliter, and that will give us 1 midnight blue and 5 Cactus Fruit eel. Ooh. It's looking very, very liquidy, very watery. Interesting. All right. So we're going to keep going. So another milliliter. Oh, I think I forgot to stir the last time. Good heavens. Well, that's going to change things. I have to remember to stir. Stir, stir, stir. I think the spill from the Cactus Fruit eel bottle threw me. All right, so this is 1 midnight blue and 6 Cactus Fruit eel. Wow, that's much lighter. That seems to be quite a big difference from there to there. I think that, could that have been because I didn't stir it? Goodness, there wasn't quite that big of a change with the Iroshizuku inks. It was, well, that was definitely darker. I don't know. Oh dear, have I ruined my experiment? Well, I can always do it again. But in the meantime, I will keep soldiering on. So now we're going to add another milliliter. And this time I won't forget to stir. Gus is very excited about something. I don't know what it is. I don't think it's ink. Okay, so we've got 1 midnight blue and 7 Cactus Fruit eel. All right, another milliliter. Oh, gotta remember to stir. Stir, stir, stir. So this is 1 midnight blue and 8 Cactus Fruit eel. It's pooling on the paper in a very interesting way. I think I might need a little more ink. Let's see. Trying to find my numbers. Let me see. All right. Oops. And stir, stir, stir. Uh-oh. Something fell. Oh. It was my other little sample cup. Whew, I thought it might have been ink. That is 1 midnight and 9 cactus fruit eel. Wow, it's still really dark. I mean, it's really dark here compared to the cactus fruit eel up there, which is a very bright pink. Very interesting. Okay, this is the last time. Let me see. The eel is no joke because the ink is just dripping out of the end of the syringe if I'm not careful. Let's see. So this is 1 midnight blue and 10 cactus fruit eel. Oh, did I stir it? Oh, let me make sure I've stirred it. I'm just so excited. I'm so excited to see what it looks like. But we gotta stir. Okay, and a clean Q-tip. Here we go. Wow. All right. Well, I think this was a big difference in the results between these inks and the Iroshizuku inks, because this does not look like cactus fruit eel. Cactus fruit eel is a very bright, happy color. Oop, I just made a little splat. Oh, that might have been too much. I'm real good at making messes. I just wanted to get a little of the ink down at the bottom so we would have something to compare it to. So let's see, I'll soak up a little bit and then smear it around some, because that's a lot of ink. A little bit of ink goes a long way. Okay. So this is the 1:5 ratio, and it's looking like a deep dark purple, very pretty. And compared with this almost tealish looking midnight blue, and here is that very bright, vibrant, light cactus fruit eel, compared with a ratio of 1:10 with the midnight blue. I think I'm going to let this dry a little bit and clean up a little bit, and I will come back and we will see what things look like. All right, so let's check back on our inks. We started with Noodler's Midnight Blue and Noodler's Cactus Fruit Eel, and we started at a 1:1 ratio, and we went down to a 1:10 ratio. And I tried to do a little splat right there, but I just made a little mess. I've never done splats before either, so anyway. And I put little swatches of the ink down here at the bottom just to compare with the Midnight Blue and the Cactus Fruit Eel. So it turned out pretty dark. And just looking back at our first experiment, this the Shinkai, I think, is about the same tone as the Midnight Blue, but I think Yamabudo is darker than Cactus Fruit Eel, but the overall colors, I think, came out much darker than these colors did. I think the Yamabudo is, I don't know, more vibrant? Anyway, these colors came out very reddish looking, very magenta looking, and these all came out much more bluish purple. So very interesting. And that actually surprised me, because I was thinking that the Cactus Fruit Eel being so light would have really lightened this up. but it didn't. It stayed pretty dark. And it has some interesting shading going on here. So it'll be interesting to get this in a pen. And just like with this combination, I think this was my favorite, the 1:5 ratio, and I think this one is also my favorite, the 1:5 ratio. And that's very pretty. It's dark, but definitely purple. And I don't know, it looks like it might have some good shading going on. I'll have to get it in a pen and see how it turns out. But even here, a 1:10 ratio, comparing this combination to the original ink, it doesn't look anything like the original ink. But with this combination, comparing the 1:10 ratio with the original ink, it's pretty close to the original. It's a little bit darker, but not much. And of course it does have that beautiful sheen on it. All right, well, this was a really fun experiment. And if anybody's looking for some ink, I've got 2 vials mixed up here ready to go. And I think I might try to get the ratio back down to this, the 1:5 ratio, because I think that is so pretty. But I'll have to figure out how to do that. But that'll be a fun experiment too. All right, well, thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Adventures in Ink Mixing. And I hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.